Hello everyone. I hope everyone is at home, safe, healthy, taking every precaution necessary, during those whole pandemic shit. But what I want to talk about today is something that I don't want it to sound, insensitive or offensive in any way, but it's something that I feel like we should be talking about because we're never going to get through this if we don't talk about it, okay? All right, so this whole pandemic, right? It's fucked up. I hate it. I hate that we can't fucking leave the house and this and that, but, we're in the situation and shit. We're in the situation and we simply have to play our role. We got to do our part. We got to stay home. We got to protect our family. We have to think about what we're going to do after this whole pandemic is over. All right, I feel like that's one of the most important things. Yes, focus on the now, focus on what's going on, but definitely focus on your future after this pandemic, because it will end, and this is not the end. We have to focus on our future, whether that's a month from now or 2 months from now when this is over and the quarantine is lifted and this and that. But we really have to think about what's going to happen after all this. And my thing about the whole pandemic, right? No one was prepared financially, or at least a lot of people were not prepared financially. And, that includes lower class, middle class, and, I get it. It's hard if you're in those type of classes. Obviously, the rich will always be okay. But the question is now, what are you going to do for the next whatever the fuck that hits us, the next pandemic, the next recession, the next economic hit, whatever it is. What are you going to do to be prepared for it? Because this is going to happen again. And that's what people don't really understand, is that this is going to happen again. This is not a one-time thing. And I really want people to start thinking about it right now. Hey, what are we going to do to prepare for it when the next thing happens? Because right now, you probably have a lot of fucking free time. A lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people are just going crazy because they have nothing to do. So during this time, we should be focusing on what it is that we can do that can benefit us after this whole craziness is over. And that involves, if you're unemployed, start looking for a job, first of all. Sure, go ahead and claim unemployment, whatever. But the point is, you need something now. You need something to focus on, right now. There's a lot of delivery jobs going on, so you can definitely find something. I know Amazon, Walmart, Lowe's, a lot of places are hiring immediately. They're not even worried about the 2-week, 3-week process, whatever. They're just doing it right then and there. And if you're in an okay situation, you should probably be looking into what you can invest in, what you could possibly start. I'm very, very, very big on the whole preaching, starting your own thing. But my thing is, it's not even that expensive as people might think. It's not as scary, and it's not as crazy, and it's not as, stressful as it could seem. It's really not. So I feel whether you want to take that route or not, you can always just start your own side hustle, do your own gig, whatever. Because you guys, this will happen again, okay? This is not a one-time thing. We've seen pandemics happen once every 100 years or so, but economic recessions and just whatever else is next, I don't know, it could be fucking anything at this point. Whatever it is that's next, that's going to put our, income at halt. It's going to probably leave you, it might leave you, jobless, which tends to create a lot of problems when you don't have money coming in. So right now, more than ever, we should be thinking about what it is that we're going to do to prepare for the next whatever the fuck that plans to hit us. I really want people to be prepared. I really want people to start thinking about this. We have all the time in the world right now. Before it was oh, I'm so tired, I'm so stressful, I have this and that. I'm working 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week. If you still have a job, first of all, I hope you're not complaining, because there's so many people who don't have a job, don't have an income, are worried every single day, have families, you know, have children, you know, don't complain, be grateful. And so for everyone else who is struggling or is worried, focus on what it is that you can do. I mean, there are so many things you could do nowadays online. So many things you could do, just side hustles, side gigs, whatever it is. Focus on, well, one, if you don't have a job, look for a job. Two, focus on those things that can kind of create a passive income. Those things that you don't necessarily have to put your all in every single day. You know, something you can do simply takes like 10, 15, 20 minutes a day or whatever, 30 minutes, an hour, who cares? And it can create you some type of income, you know? I used to love writing. I mean, I still love writing. And I've now created it into a form of income. Now when I write, I can get paid. I don't get paid like thousands of dollars, yet hundreds of dollars, but I realized like I could actually make money from it. And so I actually started working for it. I said, how am I going to do it? What do I need to do? And then now it's something that I can do. And now I know it's also like, you know, another form of income that, you know, whether I posted this post like 20 days ago or 2 months ago, that I can still get something out of it, you know? And that's the type of mindset that we need to have right now. Like, what is it that we can do right now or the next week, next 2 weeks, next month that can possibly just bring us something? Because I'm telling you, everyone can do something. And don't look down on it. Don't look down on anything that you're thinking of. Don't. Because like right now, everyone used to look down on, you know, the HVAC workers, the laborers, the construction people, and this and that, but they're all the ones working right now. They are literally considered essential. These are people who have not lost their jobs. These are things and stuff that keep going, whether, you know, the economy is good or not, it's still going. So don't even worry about what people have to say. Just focus on you. Focus on what is going to benefit you and your family. And that's it. You know, don't let anybody's words, pressure, whatever, affect you in any way whatsoever, because they are not paying your bills. They are not checking up on you. They are not texting you saying, do you need some cash? Do you need some groceries? No. Worry about you. So, you know, with all that being said, focus on it. And ways to focus on it are simply thinking about what you're good at, thinking about what your strengths are. I remember for me, it was like, okay, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, so what can I possibly whatever do? And I started thinking about it and this and that, and I was like, you know what, I could do this, I could do that. And then your brain just starts going on and on and on. And then eventually you'll get a list of things that you could potentially do. Or, I mean, you can simply ask yourself, like, right now with all this time, what is a good skill to have? What is a good type of industry to get into that I could possibly get paid well enough, you know? Because if you're getting paid less than anything like 40K a year, you're probably not doing great financially, and this type of stuff would affect you. But if you are making at least 50 and above or so, you're probably doing fine, you know, depending on the size of your family, of course. But, you know, it's all about preparedness. It's all about, okay, once this is over, hopefully a lot of people don't go homeless, you know, that's scary. Once all this is over, like, hey, like, what can I focus on? What skills can I start working on, and this and that? Or, you know, my sister walked in. What was I saying? I hate when that happens. But yeah, like, what kind of skills can you start working on that could potentially make you some good money? You know, I remember 2 years ago I started learning computer programming. I honestly, like, I started on my own. I started with textbooks, you know, online, because you can learn anything online, you guys. Started online, then I actually enrolled into school and I started learning it and this and that. And, you know, I started doing it because I was like, you know what, I need something that can at least make me, you know, this amount of money per year, and then I could start, you know, growing from there. And, you know, that was just my mindset, because I needed a security blanket, because I had other goals in mind, but I told myself, like, I need something to fall on in case anything crazy ever happens, you know. And it had to be something that was kind of like never gonna go out, you know. Like, for example, like I said earlier, construction, that's never gonna go out. You know, everyone needs a house, everyone needs a warehouse, a building, an office, Hotels are always going to be getting built, new apartment complexes all the time. There's always going to be some type of new renovations, this and that. Construction's never going to go out, literally. So I mean, that's a good field. Anything that has to do with a lot of technology. I mean, there's so many different types of industries in technology that you could go in. But again, these are things that are simply pretty much irreplaceable. You know, a robot probably won't come out and start building, you know, houses and fences and all this and that. I highly doubt we're getting that extreme. But you know, start thinking of things that can do you some good, you know. And there's many different things out there. And if you're, like I said earlier, if you're in an okay place, you should learn on investing. Like investing is more like long term. It could be short term, it could be long term. I mean, for me, I'm young, so I have all the time in the world. Investing for me is kind of more, I guess, long term. But again, it's something that if you're in an okay place, you should be looking into it. You know, whether investing in, you know, starting your own thing, you know, saving up some money so you can, I don't know, become a business owner, you know, with a new coffee shop or a restaurant or whatever you want to do. Like, honestly, anything in the world you want to do. Or you can invest into, you know, stocks, or right now, I mean, a lot of it is pretty cheap. Yeah, so like some stocks are pretty cheap. You can invest into crypto. You know, if you don't know what it is, you can look into it. You can invest into a lot of things, you know, and start thinking about the future a little bit more. So that's really it. Like, I really just want people to think about it, you know, think about what it is you can start doing right now. Skills you can start learning right now. You can probably start researching people. There's so many things you could do that can make you some good money, and you don't need a degree. And as much as people want to preach the whole degree thing, I get it. But if you don't have a degree, you can still do anything, guys. Don't let people, you know, down you because you don't have one. You can still do so much without one. So look into it, you know. Look into what job you can get without a degree that can still be pretty good, you know, still get you a foot in the door. Or just start thinking about what you want to do. Like, you guys don't have to be doing something that you don't want to do forever, you know. You guys can decide to make your own fucking paycheck, and you know, and I'm not gonna preach all that right now because we're in this current situation, and I really just want people to start thinking about the future, you know. Think about what it is you can do right now, and to start changing what's gonna happen after this whole pandemic stuff is over. Just start thinking about it. You know, it's gonna help you out long term. I just really want people to have something to fall on, you know. Just this thing sucks, okay? Like, all of this sucks, and I really just want it to be a kind of a wake-up call. Like, hey, like, this happened and it was on a Monday or Tuesday, whenever, and you know, now it's Friday and that was your last paycheck. You know, I want it to be a wake-up call. Like, hey, you had nothing in savings, nothing to fall on, you know. And also, like, I want people to be more prepared for the next time. Like, I honestly, when I first heard about it, I fucking went to the store, grabbed everything I could possibly need, essentials wise, and this was back in like February, like before we even had our first case in like my state. It was like way before that. Like, just want people to like really think about, hey, what do I need to do to be more prepared so that we're not here struggling to find toilet paper and find eggs and milk and, you know, soap, like crazy shit. So yeah, I just hope it's a wake-up call. I hope it's, you know, what some people needed in a way to kind of do a complete on their life, you know, have things finally go into the direction that they wanted to go and not go any further down after this is over. You know, just up from here, guys. Keep your head up. I hope everyone's gonna, you know, hopefully be safe through all this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, toodaloo.